occasion, on behalf of the Director General, the Deputy Director General, senior staff, and all junior staff of the Salem Correctional Service and our able inmates. And I want to declare this program open. Thank you.
So that's the way how you welcome somebody to the stage, right? Okay, I want to tell you all thank you this afternoon for this great occasion. Thank you very much for everybody who's here, to Her Excellencies of the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland, to the Excellencies of Germany, and to the President of the Sierra Leone Football Association who's here, to our FIFA representative, Madam Fatwa Kamara, sorry, I'm mixing up both names. To our CAF representative, Mrs. Cedric Agui as well. Thank you very much. Colonel Dajwa, thank you for opening up and being so welcoming to this program. If you're all wondering why we're here today, this is a part of a dream that you'll hear more in depth from Madam Isha Johansson later, but Sierra Leone is on the gender empowerment move, and for Sierra Leone to develop, its women must come to the forefront in all aspects of development, and that includes women who are in conflict with the law. No woman should be left behind. No girl should be left behind. Rehabilitation, corrections are all part of what these ladies are going through as responsible citizens of Sierra Leone for the future. In order to give them the head start and the leg up for the next lives, Fashion for Change came into existence. We are a great believer of using the arts, sports, fashion, entertainment as a vehicle for change, as a vehicle for empowerment for all, not just women and girls, for all. But particularly in this instance, we see the power of sports and the possibility for change in the lives of these women who have been in conflict with the law. As a lawyer, I'm uniquely aware that the reasons why women become in conflict with the law in Sierra Leone are sometimes vastly different to the reasons why men are in conflict with the law. And so one of our first projects in recognition of that was to ensure that we paid fines for women who had been convicted of non-capital offenses and sentenced with something that says something like, you go to prison for this number of months and you pay a fine. And sometimes, because of their lack of economic power, after completing those terms, they are unable to be released because they cannot pay the fine. And so we see this as an ongoing project for development and empowerment of women. Once you get done with that, once you come out, what do you come out to? And this is what this next phase that you will hear about is all about. And we'll go further, because from there we know the power of sports in the lives of all. And particularly we want to bring that power of sports, physical exercise.
When I met you ladies back in 2021, I was struck by your skills, talent and passion. The gift you gave to Isha Johansson and I were fantastic examples of this talent and your potential. The song you sang touched our hearts and our souls, and we wanted to do something to provide you with more opportunities, a greater sense of empowerment, and the means to fulfill your potential. So, we set about organizing the construction of a sewing and embroidery workshop for you ladies. The workshop we are about to officially hand over today is a fruit of a long collaboration between FIFA and Senegal Governmental, a high fashion company from my native land, Senegal, that will provide you, through my dear brother Modufal, training in embroidery and sewing. I can't wait to see what you produce. I believe this is only the beginning in terms of your rehabilitation and empowerment, and that the sky will be the limit for you ladies. Just consider this time in this detention center as a chapter in the book of your lives, and use this opportunity to give yourself and your families a much brighter future. I wish you all the best in your venture, in self-sustaining yourself through all the beautiful craft that will be produced in this workshop.
I say thank you very much for your attention. As you understood, she's Fatma, the General Secretary of FIFA, and she wanted to be with us this afternoon, but as you know, soon we will have the Women's World Cup, and she's now doing the Trophy 2 of Women's World Cup in Lisbon. That's why she's not here with us. And me, I'm Fatou Kamara. I am Malian, but I live in Senegal. I am manager development of football in Dakar Regional Office of FIFA. And I'm happy to be with you here to represent our General Secretary. As you know, the power of football. We want to be football truly global for everyone. And that's why Fatma takes her whole initiative to finance this project with Fatma, who is the FIFA Council member. Isha is the FIFA Council member. And as the ladies heard, Fatma is looking forward to see what we produce in the center. And I hope that it will be useful for you. The life is not easy in the prison, and if we can give smile by football, we gotta be happy also for you. I hope that my English was understandable. Bonjour tout le monde. Je parle mieux français que l'anglais. Vraiment, je suis contente d'être là aujourd'hui. Je pense qu'il y a certaines personnes ici dans l'audience qui parlent français. Donc, vous avez les salutations de notre secrétaire général Fatma Samouraj. Elle voulait être là avec vous aujourd'hui. Et tout le monde connaît le pouvoir du football, l'impact que le football peut apporter du point de vue social. Et nous espérons que ce projet puisse attirer encore d'autres partenaires et pour que ça puisse grandir.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm humbly here today before you as the Chief of Staff of the CAF General Secretary. And I'm actually quite surprised at the attendance. We have many people coming from different parts of society, different countries, which means that we have right now momentum for what? Momentum for an objective that was launched previously by FIFA Council member Isha. And what was her purpose? Her purpose was to help rehabilitate different populations. In this case, we're talking about women who have not been lucky when encountering the law. As a representative for CAF, we are only about democratizing the sport of football. In this pursuit, we are 100% supportive of any initiative that may benefit people and populations globally. Right now, I know that for a lot of incarcerated people, life isn't necessarily easy. I know that freedom is something that is extremely valuable and valued. However, sport transcends barriers, walls, social class, and geographical location. If I just had one message today, it would be a message of hope a message of happiness through sport, and as a sport token of appreciation, because we need to speak concretely, we will be supporting the initiative from a material standpoint, with equipment, but also with courses, namely in the form of coaching courses, but also refereeing courses. That way, we hope that we will be able to provide these women with opportunities outside of prison to maybe get another shot at life. So again, thank you all for your attendance. Thank you, Isha Johansson, for the project. We're truly grateful for the efforts that you're pushing through, and we will be backing you up all the way. Thank you very much.
So be madam with everything. Now Allah na India the wisdom and India the power for do this. So we tell and thank you and tell everybody thank you. On behalf of the Football Association in Sierra Leone, we want to give with strong support for tell madam say we ready for support the woman there, we the woman there. As far as we concerned, especially me and the woman, we stand stronger one for support and for put the woman that go before. They don't say we all the time we do woman that we dey here. When they do nothing, we always in our kitchen. When they call we na behind we show we self. At least this time around we need for them at the front. So we the woman then we na this one a big opportunity for we all for more we will come before and strong. Madam Isha Johansson, they tell you a lot to thank you for the support of the woman also. We as SLFA and Football Association, we ready for give a strong support and behind you. And for make sure say that we ready for push the program go before. I thank you all.
I do not know if he's a supporter of Arsenal. I'm not sure which team he supports. Okay, she's a Chelsea fan. No wonder. No wonder we look alike. So I would like to call on Chair, Fashion for Change, FIFA Council member, CAF Executive, Committee member and former SLFA president, not a person but Madam Isha Johansson.
Thank you. First of all, to the girls I get for talk English, okay? And I know that they say what talk English and I know saying I know the hearing when I only understand. Because what I know they translate Latin because when I go when I learn when I understand and you guys are educated. So I talk the English and I know that they say when I understand. And when I don't understand that be part of the package training for Una, okay? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I never read from speeches, but sometimes I feel really guilty when occasions like this, I know that I've personally left somebody out who shouldn't be left out. People are talking about Isha Johansson. Yes, I'm the driving force behind this, but nobody works alone. Nobody can, there's nothing that anybody can, you can dream it, you can think it, but you need like-minded people with the same passion, the same genuine passion to follow it through with you. And so before I say anything, because a lot has been said already anyway, I want to take this opportunity of first of all thanking the Fashion for Change crew. This is football for reforms. This is about reforming the girls, rehabilitating the girls, changing the girls using football. But underneath football for reforms, if you look at it, take it like a tree, you have Fashion for Change, you'll have electronics for change. You have anything that we can use for change. Hence the reason why we've got a vast section of people here, because we're going to call on them and hope that they can use what it is that they have, what it is they major in, what it is they represent, to help to join us for this change. So on this note, I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking first of all my sister, my good friend, my vice chair. Actually, she's my vice chair in almost everything. You know, and she's probably about the only person who knows when to, you know, call the stops with me. And if it needs to scream, she does it. So, Nikki Spencer Cook, I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking Nikki. I'd like to thank Janet Amra Bengali. Sadly, she's not here. but I'm sure she's following another phenomenal long-time childhood friend who is a fashion designer, household name, and she's been at this throughout with us. We have Pamusa, one of the most phenomenally talented designers in the country. Pamusa, I'd like to thank you. Hannah Fuller, I'd like to thank her for Shepro. I'd like to thank Frederica. Is there anybody else? My dear God, I haven't asked that. Nobody, but these 5 designers kick-started what we are about to do now. They kick-started that. They were the ones that came on board with me to say, let us use something apart from football that'll catch the attraction, get the attraction of other people. Fashion, music, football. These 3 things, you can't beat them. In terms of, they have a unified language. You don't have to speak or sing in a particular language, or they know. You like the music, you like the music. You like a footballer from Ivory Coast, from wherever, you like the football, generally. So they came on board, and I really want to thank them. I want to thank them for helping us raise the money to pay the fines for the girls, so that they could be released on Women's International Day. It was just an unbelievable moment to see some girls being released with immediate effect because their fines were paid. Thank you so much, Pamela and and we have to follow up on these girls. I want to take this opportunity of thanking lawyers. That's the women group. I want to take this opportunity of thanking Advocate. I want to take this opportunity of thanking my dear friend and brother, Mr. C. Mans Ponte, a lawyer. And let me tell you guys something, and I'm not going to go far back. When I was almost incarcerated and wearing this uniform here, maybe that's why I'm so passionate about these girls. There was a time in my story, in my journey, that certain people wanted me to be in here. And this gentleman here and his team from Tanners, they were the ones that stood by me for 2 years. And they believed in what it is that I believe in, my vision till today. And it is the only legal firm in this country that specializes in sports law. And of course, Mr. Cedric here is a lawyer, a chief of staff, a young lawyer like yourself. And so he'd be interested to know that we have a law firm here that specializes, the only one, in sports law. By the way, I want to thank you. I want to thank your team. Please extend my thanks to them. I want to thank the officers. I want to thank this correctional center. This is a prison, a correctional center, call it what you may. It has rules, it has restrictions. They believe that the women and the men who stay here are offenders. It is not for us to say they're right, they're wrong. These are women and men who should not be in society, at least not for now. But never has there been a time where Colonel Gaga, Madam Susan, and every other officer here has restricted us, okay, save for the fact that they haven't allowed us to take the girls out, but they never restricted us, they've never made us feel as though we're going too far. They've always encouraged us. They've always been one step and made suggestions as how we can make life better for these girls. From the bottom of my heart, and all of us, the team, I really do thank you, sir. Thank your boss. Thank the Minister of Internal Affairs. Thank all of you. Because we do this not for ourselves, we do this for our sisters. We do this for our girls. We do this for the future, tomorrow's future. So I thank you. To all of you who are here, Your Excellencies, Madam Lisa, Kathleen, I believe it's Irish ambassador, to Mr. Christian Wigman, to the lady next to you, to Estelle, my dear friend, who at the last minute she's always booking my flight tickets, you know, I'm annoying her, from Brussels, to Mawa, who I see here, Adonis, my good friend, Auntie Nimata, that I'm seeing here. All these strong women, men, advocates that are all here, that just, we speak the same language. And they want nothing better than what we want to see for these girls. I want to thank you. I'm not going to go on and on because it's been said, it's been spoken. 2 years ago, we came to this center. We weren't invited. As a matter of fact, we only came because we were not invited to the Independence Day ceremony. They are. These girls girls had, but one thing that I do know, I'm of the firm belief that poverty, the social climate that we live in, is the reason why a lot of these girls are here. Having said that, they possess skills, which we saw, which was evident with the presents that they gave to us. And so, like I said, whilst we are not here to say who's right, who's wrong, we're not lawyers, but we tapped into what they have and what we don't have, skills. And they gave us presents, and for everybody who's been in prison, and the officers will attest to that, when you're in prison, time means nothing. You have all the time in the world, and if there's something I do know about my country, ever so often, they don't pay attention to detail. You get a carpenter, or wobbly legs, or something's not right. These girls, what they presented to us, from the tie-dyeing of the beads, to every single space, the bags they made, everything, the attention to detail was second to none. And as we left, apart from the tears, they sang songs, and you could tell that those songs had meanings, and these were personal to them. We were in the car with tears, and we said, this is the first time, but it's definitely not going to be the last time that we come to this correctional center. Not only is it not going to be the last time, we are actually going to do something about the situation. And 2 years on, we have FIFA and CAF supporting. Forget about what we put together as our personal contribution, Fatima and myself. To get FIFA and CAF to support this initiative, I can tell you, is something special. Because if I may say so myself, and you're here to bear witness, it doesn't exist in FIFA or CAF. This particular project, this initiative, in the big whole world of FIFA, doesn't exist. And it doesn't mean because FIFA, they don't care. They've got 1,000,001 projects and things. But the way that we have spun it in the real way, that if these girls are here and they've got these skills, why don't you give them a place where they can hone in on these skills? Why don't we give them the basics? Why don't we give them a chair? I see them sitting on these outside at the gutter. That's where they make their stuff, with nothing. Why don't we give them chairs, tables? Why don't we give them sewing machines? Why don't we give them the threads? And when we came, we asked them, what do you want? And they didn't say we want money for ourselves. They said, can you give us money to buy threads? Can you give us money to buy sewing things? Can you give us money to improve ourselves? And that was touching. It shows that these are girls, that they know they shouldn't be here, and they know they've got to find a way to get out of here. Not only should they not be here, they need to find a way to get out. So, look, in a nutshell, FIFA has supported mine and Fatima's personal efforts. There is something called the Corporate Social Solidarity Fund, which the President's Office has and the General Secretary's Office has. And whilst we were in Kigali, I spoke about, I don't know when I'm going to come to Syria, and I don't know how I can follow this through. And Fatima says, go and apply and tell them. And so I did, and remarkably, or maybe not remarkably, but anyway, in a very short time, FIFA granted us the money to complete. CAF came on board. CAF has always been there in the background, but CAF considers FIFA to be the big brother, which they are. And what CAF is giving us is another empowerment tool in this football. They are giving us courses, because you have all these girls, they're women, but not all of them know or want to sew. But we've got an even stronger, more powerful tool. We've got education, we've got knowledge as football administrators, and we can impact that into these girls. So we asked that CAF, and I said, can you provide in here, can you send instructors and tailor-make courses for these girls? Fill their days with something more meaningful and positive. So if they start from the morning and they're doing their courses, they go into their sewing, they do this, they do that, the day goes by with positive empowerment. And this is what it's all about. So they start with a D license, which is even lower than the C, very elementary course. which is what they're going to start providing for these girls. From there you get the C, you get the B. The FIFA president is here. Member associations, they get that support from CAP and FIFA. The referees that you see today, the match commissioners everywhere, they get it from these people. But why can't we do it for these girls? Under my tenureship, we had the most female coaches being born from CAP. The first female, unfortunately she's not here, CAP instructor, was under my stewardship. And in Africa, and I don't think there's even another one, comes from Sierra Leone. Why can't we impact these young ladies with that? And if there's no reason, then give it to them. And I want to thank you again, and thank President Motsepe, thank Veron, thank everybody for rising up to that occasion, and they will now make provisions to put these girls through a course where they will start with the D license and work their way up to A. I want to say to our excellencies here and all the partners here, look, football is what we do. We don't know any other thing other than football. And if we do, that's not why we're here. You know, I don't represent anything other than football. But I'm a football administrator, I'm not a football player. I love my football and I played football with my brothers, but not at a professional level. You did, and you should have told them. She played for the national team of Mali. She took her team, she qualified in Africa. She was the former president of the Women's Committee in Mali. She was an EXCO member in the Mali FA, and now she's at the FIFA level. Oladieri? Yes. Do you hear this? Okay. And make her tell us something. She started as a football player on the street. This lady here. And now Ide at the head of FIFA, who represents the African region. There she is. So if she can do it, and in Papa Milita for playing football, right. So the fact of the matter is it is possible. So I want to ask Adonis, Lisa, Kathleen, Estelle, everybody. We will continue to play our part as football administrators. We will do what it is that it takes to empower these young ladies. But what the Brits can do, even if it's through the English FA, Debbie Hewitt, you know, you have the first female FA president in England. And Debbie's a fantastic woman. Anybody, whatever it is, Mawa, just such an industrious young Sierra Leonean woman. Honestly, if I was your age, if I had the kind of tenacity and the brains that you had at your age, I don't know, I'd be moving the world. Exemplary leadership, and it's just great guy. Thank you so very much for coming to support.
Acting for himself. Well now, a man don't left her and go to other woman. He don't left her with his 3 pikin them. How Mama Musu go able for cope with his pikin them? Since he not be sabi do nothing, and all them pikin they go school. Well, if you got my co-credit, just forget money, but now we see how this will end. Una stay blessed as we continue. Sing with me. I am what God says I am. I am what God says I am. I'm a winner. I'm not a loser. I am what God says I am. I be who the God say I be. I be who the God say I be. I'm a winner. Me and not be loser. I be who the God say I be. Join me sing. I be who the God say I be. I be who the God say I be. I'm a winner. I'm not a loser. I be who the God say I be. Me know who the God say na me. Me know who the God say na me. Me no winner. Me not a loser. Me know who the God say na me. Join me sing. Me know who the God say na me. Me know who the God say na me. Me no winner. Me not a loser. Me know who the God say na me.
From where I started, a lot of things came to my mind. skit that they just gave, typical Sierra Leonean scenario. When they sang the song, some of us Christians, you can see clearly that they're not supposed to be here. But you are here because God has a plan for you. God keeps his strongest fight for his strongest soldiers. If some of you had the senses at the height of the war, you will agree with me that when soldiers were deployed on the front line, we used to call them battle-tested soldiers. And so, all I can say to you, challenge yourself. After this, Aisha, Johansson, has given you guys an opportunity to make good use of it. Bear in mind, never to come back here. Develop yourself from here. My dad died last year, some 2 years ago, and I still remember one of the things he used to tell me. He said, son, in life, your attitude determines your altitude. The attitude of an aircraft at takeoff time propels it to an altitude where the plane will cruise. It's been unfortunate that you guys are here, but there is help on the way. Isha Johansson, somebody I know personally now, she actually brought me where I met. We can get small chamots, but she's my darling. It's inevitable. She has given you a second chance. Make use of it. When I was, madam, it will interest you to know, 1996, 97, my roommate in college, Andrew Mansari, this officer here, was my roommate in college. And we used to say, someday, we will run the affairs of this country. Mansari used to say that a lot. And one day I said to him, how do we get there? This officer sitting here. And he said, let's keep pushing. So ladies, just keep pushing. We are here to support you. All the fine people here, they came because they care about you. Please don't let us down. If there is anything football can do to help you, we are more than with anything humanly possible we can do for you not to be in this situation anymore. We are more than ready to help you. May God bless us all. Thank you very much. Continue doing it. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency from the UK, Your Excellency from Barilla, Your Excellency from Germany, Colonel, Madam Johnson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, I am humbled to be here this afternoon. I'm representing the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs. He's engaged in another state function. Asked me to come and grace this August occasion for him. My name is Usman Samabanya, as you have just heard. I'm the Deputy Permanent Secretary, and I'm currently acting as Permanent Secretary. As a state, we want to say thanks to Madam. We want to say thanks to our development partners for this initiative. Bringing football to the female inmate. You agree with me that football can unite us as a state. Football can serve as a unity in bridging the gaps that we do experience as individuals. Football can serve as a vehicle to transform you and I, both internally and externally. I strongly believe that the facilities that our development partners have provided will be used in the right way to rehabilitate the female inmates that are here, and when they leave prison tomorrow, they will be in a better position to integrate into the wider society. Your drama this afternoon really touched me. Touched me in the sense that even in the desert, there is hope. Have hope. God will be on your side. Being in prison is difficult. Being in prison has a lot of experience. Nelson Mandela was in prison, but at the end of the day, he left prison and he became president. So still have hope. So in the nutshell, the minister sent you a greeting, and we appreciate all what you've done for the prison and all what you have done for the Correctional Center. Your Excellency, I once more say thanks to Madam Isha for your contribution, not only to the inmates here, your contribution to our state in promoting football. And football can bring us together. So in a nutshell, I want to say thanks to our development partners and to Madam Yancy and the initiators. Once more, thanks for your rapt attention.
I think he's been with us for over 20 years. So on that note, please, let us give him a round of applause as he takes the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Showers, for this kind introduction. I think I should stand. For my ladies at the back to see me. When they see me? When they see me? Now the friends of the media and they don't block una so. Una tell them let them make una see me. All right, okay. Okay, thank you. Now we pay attention now. Your Excellencies, Madam High Commissioners, the representative of the Minister of Internal Affairs, representatives from CAF, FIFA, Faction for Change, of course, staff of the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, of course, me lovely and revered inmates, distinguished guests, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I want to once more, on behalf of the Director General of the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, thank you all for being here to grace this occasion. I want to really appreciate Madam Isha Johansson and co for this laudable initiative. Anytime I have an opportunity, I like talking a bit about Madam Isha Johansson. Is the type of Sierra Leonean I always want to identify with, because she has, all through her life, she has cut across all boundaries to demonstrate the true Sierra Leonean. Madam Isha Johansson, thank you for that. What is happening today is very much in line with our mandate as a service, Sierra Leone Correctional Service. We are here to reform, rehabilitate, and reintegrate inmates back into the society. So this venture here today demonstrates that. And I really want to thank you, CAF, FIFA, Fashion for Change, for this laudable initiative. I don't want to go into it again. Also, it resonates with our desire to have or develop the SLCS to a very gender-responsive organization. And queuing from them, about a year or two ago, we are determined as a management, upon appointment to steer the ship of the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, to be a management for change. And so, partnering with Fashion for Change, Football for Reforms, is very much in line with what we want as a management. I spoke about our management being gender responsive. We've taken a lot of strides to develop the capacity of the staff taking care of the inmates. Likewise, what is striking in all our efforts is our gender responsiveness. We have a very, very huge challenge, which has to do with resources or resourcing, but we are doing our best to demonstrate that we have a gender lens. What have we done? First and foremost, with advice from myself and my team, the technical support team, to the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, we've tried to, on our part, to see how best we can, of course, handle the security, and women have not been left aside with that. We've tried to ensure that we develop in-service training within the service, and in doing that, we've ensured that women are at the forefront. So in every facet of that, there is women representation. In our last training selection board, we ensured that 2 ladies, both ASCs, were part of the Otin Academy Staff College participants for the junior staff course. They just came back.
I have these gifts. Colonel, thank you so very much, Colonel Yaja, for all your support, all the love and the encouragement, sir. President, would you like to hand to Madam Susan. Madam, oh my goodness. Thank you so very much, Madam. Madam Irina. Irene.
HLC of the Correctional Service is here.
Wash. Okay.
This is for the Minister of Internal Affairs, sir. our national hero, our former captain of Leone Stars, Dengele. What we do is not for us, it's for the girls, it's for the country, it's for the world. These girls, they will get their certificates, but at the end of the day, they come to you for a job. When we impact them and we empower them, it's for you to give them the job. It's for you to send them to the schools. It's for you to make sure that they can coach and they can raise other young girls in schools. So we thank you. This is our own little gift. Thank you so very much, sir. And so, there you go. The training bibs, we start with the bibs and we start with balls from Kath to you guys. Thank you. Yeah, just
Wow.
Tonton. Eh no.
I'm not getting a face on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are unveiling the plaque for the Football for Reform.
This one, it can't.
For the Football for Reform training and skills workshop. This building, for information, was done by the contractor in record speed, Mr. Antar, and we want to thank him for being here today, actually. We want to thank him for the work that he did, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. You can read the plaque, Isha.
So, Football for Reform Training and Skills Center, supported by FIFA and CAF. I think for the past 2 hours, that's what we were talking about. This is what it stands for in here. It's using football as a tool for positive social change. And in here, we will have industrial sewing machines that Madam Fatima has just said. They will be bringing them in to teach, and a trainer that will help the girls to train and to sew the intricate, those embroideries. We will have them in here. We will have all their beadings, everything. I don't know how the officers are going to do it. There's going to be a morning shift and an afternoon shift, right? Whatever. But in here, it's about training, it's about development, it's going to be arts, it's going to be tailoring and football training also, I think, and the football jerseys and the bits. So it's all going to be happening here. So thank you very much.
Fatma Kamara and Mrs. Cedric Ali for FIFA and CAF for the second captain. And finally, Colonel Gouger and Madam Isha Johansson for the final. And you will then open up the doors. Thank you. Go ahead, open up the doors. This is the Correctional Center. This is it. Let's go in. Thank you. This is the space that they created. The tables and chairs and the work tables were all made. They have a talk about that a little bit. Your workshop that the tables and chairs were created at. We've also other materials and zippers and a whole host of other things in terms of supplies we'll need. And then the machines will be coming down with the ship. You're all free to go. Oh, some of our designers are here. We kind of pull that in the air. Great. Oh, here's Frederica as well. Esther.
I wasn't even the FA president. I was nobody. I wasn't a football administrator. I just had the passion. I see no reason, and I can't even start to imagine that I would be in the position I am now and not help my country. I'm off in the next couple of days through the FIFA Foundation to see how we can help other countries that are even more fortunate than our country. But you still have underprivileged kids. And like they say, charity begins at home. I'm extremely proud of the officers at the Correctional Center. We've had absolutely no cause for complaint. This is an initiative that Fatima Samuel and I started 2 years ago. And there's been lots of starts and stops. But you know, it came to a point where we couldn't stop anymore. And by now, FIFA was able to understand exactly where I wanted to go with this project. And like I announced to you, after we finished, we've launched this, but we need to know how we can go further through FIFA. And so we're looking at the possibility of a 5 or a 7-a-side pitch for young girls. So when they do their training, they do their CAF, their coaching and refereeing, they also need to do the practicals. They need a pitch. They need to run around. They need to know football training. They really need to know you can teach football at a theoretical level, but the practical is so very important as well. And you know, we will find that you have girls who strictly, they qualify with the license. And you have girls who play football, they have both the license and they play football. And finally, I'm happy that the president of the FA was here, because one may ask, I think they asked me this morning on AYV, so what next? Well, you know, we've empowered them here, so what they do, the whole point is that they go back out into society and they use what they've been empowered with. And the first stop is at the Football Association, because when they're equipped with that knowledge, they go there and they seek a job. And there's no reason why the FA will not give them a job or should not give them a job. Now, as you all know, women's football is on the increase, and you know, women's football in schools, which I strenuously tried to push 4 years ago, is now the norm. Whether you like it or not, whether you get the support or not, it is the norm. You have to. So with that in mind, I think this is a really good project. The girls are extremely lucky. I'm very excited, like I said to you earlier, to see how a few of these girls fare. I mean, a good number of them are in for the next 12 months, 15 months, maybe 3 years. A lot can happen in those 3 years. A lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, a lot of impact in their lives, meaningful, so that when they go out, they don't reoffend. And I'm happy with the turnout, with the partners. I'm happy to see the British High Commission. I'm happy to see German. I'm happy to see Ireland. I'm happy to see partners who will go that extra mile and help to partner, because that's what we do in football. We unite, you know, and we don't use football to fight. We don't use football to divide. We unite and we win, and we have one goal. And that goal is to achieve, and it's empowerment. So thank you very much.